Oh, then there's this shit. I guess we're talking about Hassan again, technically a little bit, because this kind of has a little bit to do with that, which is strange to me. I don't know why it is coming up twice, but he is, because of this post. And it's weird. It's really, really weird. So, Rock Solid here says that Pragmata is a psyop to counter decades of anti-natalist propaganda and to bring up global birth rates. What? The Pragmata, the game that Capcom just made, that is functionally the 15 billionth game to feature dad character taking young character and walking them through dangerous world. That the thing that we saw God of War evolve into, the thing that we saw popularized really big by The Mandalorian, that formula that has been happening a ton lately, that one right there, that's just nothing else was the psyop to bring up global birth rates, but Capcom's game about a little robot girl, that's the one that's bringing up. I've been seeing all kinds of weird discourse about this game. I've been seeing people saying this weird shit, and then I've seen people saying that, oh my god, this is the Lolicon game made for the Lolicons, and I'm just like, what? How? What? The character's not sexualized in any way. What the fuck are you talking about? And I just keep seeing these weird fucking takes on the game. It's strange. It is so fucking strange. And then you get this shit. Now, of course, this is from Grums, right? This is Grums. Now, if anybody doesn't know, Grums is the ex-Blizzard employee that claimed he did more at Blizzard than he actually did. He's a little bit like somebody else we know in that regard. How's Thor been doing lately? Anyway, he's the ex-Blizzard employee who I think was probably famous mostly for stealing breast milk from the company fridge. So he's got words to say about what Hassan said about Pragmata. And you know what? I guess we will actually watch a clip from Hassan here. It's 2.5 minutes, so I assume that enough context is here. Let's find out.
What is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the child.
Wait, I didn't even see this clip before. I mentioned Thor, but I see Pirate Nation. Okay. I know they're not necessarily the same people, but that's funny. That's kind of funny. That's tangentially funny.
Like Android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is...
How does that make it a psyop? The video game made you feel an emotion. Also, Orla says, to be fair, right now, the best way to engage people is emotionally. We've had decades of abuse from a system that thins part of your cortex that helps you emotionally regulate and makes you vulnerable to reacting that way. Yeah, fair. Like, again, like the video game made you... Wait a minute, what the fuck is this thing? Hassan will never have kids because he's most likely gay? But if he comes out, all the progressive white women will stop watching. Is Grums an idiot? Don't answer that. He's a fucking idiot. This dude has 0 brain cells, but he speaks very confidently. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Yeah, no, video game story pulled at your heartstrings. Water is wet and news is at 11, I guess.
The child, like... Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff.
Transgal Brooklyn, thank you very much for Sylvie, thank you for gifting a sub to Transgal Brooklyn.
And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand.
Okay, so I will say Hassan's being a fucking idiot here. Because there's plenty of gamers who would like to start a family. Hell, I'd like to start a family, and I consider myself a gamer. Circumstances are such that that's not happening anytime soon, but that's where I'm at right now. So, I don't understand this take. It is perfectly fine to make fun of Hassan for this take, because it's a stupid fucking take. Now, granted, we're also talking about Grums, who isn't even offering any salient criticism about it. Like, my criticism here is there are plenty of lonely gamers who want to have a partner and want to have a family, but circumstances are such that they might not be able to. Cool. That happens. Video game may make them want to feel that. Video game may also make them want to go on a grand adventure because they played fucking Chrono Trigger and they want to time travel, but like, they could care about that and care about that story, and yet that is not an experience they get to have. They're not going out in a sword and knocking down a fucking empire and going and time traveling to see why Magus became evil. They're not doing that shit. So, yeah, this is a dumb take from Hassan. 110%. Absolutely stupid. This feels very person on high horse, talks down to you from high horse for no good reason. But some of the takes around this are fascinating. We're going to finish the clip, but then we're going to look at the other takes here and show you what I'm talking about.
It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
Is he muted?
Also, I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire, okay? Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child.
I'm sorry, this is the lolicon shit again. No, that's not the case. You can have Japanese games and Japanese things with children in them, and whether or not the lolicons come out of the fucking woodworks and get weird about it, doesn't mean shit. They're gonna get weird about whatever they want, regardless. Who cares? Pokemon is filled with children. The lolicons get weird about them too. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to enjoy Pokemon. Who cares? Again, the reasons why I don't watch Hassan. I am willing to make a video mildly in defense of him when I can see when clip jumping is happening. But, like, every single take here, nightmarishly stupid. 12 different types of stupid. So, anyway, the thing that I found interesting about this is, well, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Because Tectone had something to say about this that I thought was really strange. Like, really awkward. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, here it is. So, Tectone, who, I should poison the well on this, is mostly known as a now disgraced Genshin Impact streamer who can only get people like the crew from Side Scrollers to hang around him because he lost a sexual harassment civil case that means that he is not allowed to be anywhere near his ex or have a gun for the next decade. So, most people, rightly, would probably not want to fucking associate with him. But his take on this is Hassan's mad because his girlfriend Valkyrie is turning 35 and is nearly barren and says she doesn't want to have children. You realize that 35 is not nearly barren. All of these people who do this fucking, the woman has hit the wall, the woman is almost barren. Every single one of them ignores the fact that 35 does not mean you're almost barren, first of all. Secondly, there's all kinds of options like adoption and in vitro that you can use in order to have kids. Also, menopause typically occurs between 45 and 55. So let's average that to 50. If you're 35, and we consider the point of time where you're an adult 18, so the point in time where you're breedable, I guess, 18, then at 35, you're halfway through that margin, right? That's not the definition of almost fucking barren. So he's already fucking stupid in this case. But also, he's ignoring any surrounding context, and also, it's really weird that the guy who is now most famous for sexually assaulting / harassing his ex is super worried about children. Anyway, he says, Hassan will die a maidenless and childless chud, but didn't you say that he has a girlfriend? How is he gonna die maidenless when he has a maiden? Like, the definition of a maidenless is to be without maiden, and bro has a maiden. Bro also has, like, I swear to God, half of his viewers who are female simp for him like nobody's fucking business. How is that the guy who's going to end up maidenless and not you? Oh, it's projection. I get it now. I get it. See, when I say I'm not a big fan of Hassan, it's because I don't like the stupid things he says. Because when I watch full Hassan clips, I see him say stupid things that I think are silly. Like he said here. It's really weird to see somebody who is a much bigger content creator who could have much more salient criticism of him, but instead his criticism of him boils down to he won't have sex despite all the sex he has. Okay. Okay, that's weird. That's strange. That he has some good takes, cough on Senator Skeletor, but none of them are good. Yeah, he's rumored. He's rumored to be dating Valkyrie, but there's no public confirmation of that. But there are plenty of people who have speculated they've been together for some time. But even then, like, there's plenty of scenarios where he could easily just be with anybody else. And this makes no fucking sense. He will have his money and his clout, but his bloodline will end with him. Why do these people care so much about bloodlines? I thought we established that shit stopped mattering, like, somewhere between the fall of monarchies in general and the beginning of Resident Evil 6. Somewhere between French nobles don't fucking matter and Chris Redfield is desperate for the Redfield bloodline to continue because he wants Leon to fuck Claire. Somewhere between that, bloodline stopped mattering. And I don't know exactly when it was, but it's really weird that these people are obsessed with it. He's just a sad, lonely little man. He seems perfectly happy in the stream clips that I've seen of him, and he seems to have plenty of people around him that enjoy his company. There is an argument to be made that many of those people may just be attracted to Hassan for his money and may be around him because of that and nothing else. And that's certainly an argument. That's an argument that I could not back up one way or the other because I don't know what his fucking personal life is and I don't care. Sean says that's also incorrect because we have access to cloning. Because Wesker has a bloodline, and I'm not talking about his son, that he's also illegitimate. I mean, yeah, Wesker has the little girl who got invaded by Femme Wesker in Revelations 2. You're right about that. Kidma says, God, I love the Redfield bloodline joke. God, can we get, like, Tectone, but as Chris Redfield doing the whole thing? Hassan, the bloodline! You can't continue it! Okay, this isn't necessarily the one, but, like, it's good enough for this.
The hell do you want?
Having trouble with Ada Wong again, Leon?
Same as usual.
Leon, this isn't healthy. You can't keep obsessing over her like this.
She's like a part of me I can't let go.
So what? You're just gonna sit here and listen to David Bowie?
It's worked 1,000 times before. Hey, another bottle of apple juice here.
Cancel that.
Hey, who do you think you're...
Enough!
What do you want, Redfield?
You know why I'm here, Leon. cut the shit.
Guys, come on. Leon, I'm sorry to interrupt your vacation, but we really need to talk. Do you really need to fuck Chris's sister, Claire?
Leon, listen to Rebecca.
As a researcher, I can confirm you and Claire's child will become a certified badass.
This again, huh? What about you and Jill? You two could hook up?
Look, I really need you to fuck my sister. Me and Jill are just very good platonic friends. I'll even make Claire wear a red dress and say Chinese words to you. Leon, please. The menopause is kicking in, and she has 3 cats, and one of them is named Albert Whiskers. Time is running out.
I'm sorry, but I can't fuck your sister. No thanks, bro.
I need you to continue the Redfield lineage.
No way.
God damn it, Leon! The BSAA is
Fucking hell. I could have done without the slur, but I will always support the Redfield bloodline jokes. Pepper says, is it selfish that I want children through IVF rather than adoption as a trans one? No, that's perfectly fine. Just as could take out the last 2 seconds. Yep. Sean says also, side note, Claire already has a kid. She's just part of the red carrot. Has a kid. He's just part of the Wesker family. Talking about, who are you talking about? Because, like, the only kid I can think of that's a part of the Wesker family is the one Barry adopted in Rev 2. Oh my fucking god. Average Pragmata fan on Twitter. I am your child bride. Oh my fucking god. Kidma says there's the guy in RE6. The guy in RE6 is Jake, though. Jake's Wesker's son, but I don't think his mom's Claire. Especially because Jake is the same age as Sherry Birkin, I believe, or maybe like a tiny bit younger. Sherry's 12 in RE2 and like 26 in RE6, something like that. She has a kid from the movie Degeneration. No, that wasn't her kid. That was one of the people who works with her in TerraSave. That was that person's kid. So no girlfriend, Jake's girlfriend is Claire. I don't think Jake and Claire are together. Jake has unfortunately suffered the same fate as every other Resident Evil deuteragonist. We simply forgot he existed. His name might as well be Billy Cohen now. Who the fuck is that? Nobody remembers. Not even Rebecca. Carlos Oliveira? Who the fuck is that? Jill might remember him. I don't fucking know. Ashley Graham? Yeah, we forgot she existed after 4. Until, you know, the remake happened and then everybody started calling her a mouse for some reason. Is it because of the ears? Anywho. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just realized that Pragmata's a Capcom game. All of the weird comments now make sense. Resident Evil's a Capcom game, Pragmata's a Capcom game, and Tectone is obsessed with the fucking Piker bloodline of all things he could be obsessed with. I'm just saying, once you get to this point in your career, where Grums is saying, I think you might be gay because you don't have kids yet, and Tectone, who, again, I need to remind you, is famous for his sexual assault. When these are the people who are angry at you, I can forgive the fact that your take on Pragmata is really fucking dumb. I can. It's really easy for me to do that. It's really simple. How Tectone looks when he's about to tell you about the Piker bloodline. Do you guys remember when he posted this picture and he was just like trying to say that he was going to enter his like villain arc or some shit on the internet? My god, what a fucking loser. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.